And back to the controversy surrounding Congresswoman Omar and her questionable anti-Semitic remarks. Here she is just last week saying Jews can't be trusted because they have a split allegiance with Israel.
I want to talk about the political influence in this country that says it is okay for people to push for allegiance to a foreign country.
Joining me now is Brooke Goldstein, a human rights lawyer and founder and executive director of the Lawfare Project, and Osama Siblani, a publisher of the Arab American News. Osama, how is that comment not anti-Semitic, the classic dual loyalty trope? How do you defend that?
Do you know how many times I've heard, and my community have heard, of dual loyalty here in our community, that Muslims cannot be trusted? How many times we've been called, you know, go back to where you came from, to your homeland? No one said that this is anti-Muslim. No one stood for our rights. No one said that this should not be said in America.
Okay,
We've heard it.
Osama, you're saying that, or you're equating what Omar said, a sitting member of Congress, with some nut on the internet or something someone said who's people offend people all the time.
It's a member
and say terrible things all the time, and that should be condemned. And you're right about it.
They are not nuts on the internet. They are nuts in the Congress. They are members of the Republican Party. They are very, very close in their ideology to the Nazis. That's what they are. I mean, let's not just shove this under the carpet.
So we've established that because there is anti-Muslim bias, which I have no doubt there is.
And there is an anti-Jewish bias too.
Let me say, I just want to understand where you're coming from. I really do. So you're saying because there's anti-Muslim bias, that what Omar is saying about Jewish dual loyalty should get a pass? Is that it?
No, I don't think that should, but we should start the debate. There should be a debate. We should not stifle the debate in America. We should talk about, like we talk about the Saudis, we talk about the Iranians. No one says that this is anti-Muslim.
Yeah.
They are a Muslim nation. So when we talk about Israel, we should not be equating this to Judaism. Judaism has nothing to do with Israel. Israel is occupying Palestinian land and Palestinian people, and we should be talking and debating about what is Israel doing to the Palestinian people.
And let's Brooke get a chance to speak. Look, if that's what the debate is, that's a legitimate debate to have, and I think we have those debates a lot, especially on college campuses, because I've been to some of them, about what the role in the peace process should be, who stole what from whom. Okay, that's fine. Mm-hmm. I have a problem with the analogies of the Jews and money, and the Jews want the money, and it's all about the Benjamins, baby, which is
I don't think that this is what she said. I don't think that this is what she said. Her words are being
give
twisted.
It a rest, okay? Give it a rest, because Brooke didn't interrupt you, so just let her speak, and then you can speak, okay? So, Brooke, I have a problem with how this is going down, because it is stereotypical, and I don't think we should be engaged as much as possible in stereotyping.
Right, and I think we all have to step back and take a look at the big picture here. The level of anti-Semitism that's being tolerated by the Democratic Party right now, I think, has risen to a level of a national emergency. We have a Foreign Relations Committee, which is responsible for defining and executing and shaping U.S. foreign policy. We have someone sitting on that committee who is a racist whose views are more aligned with Islamic Jihad than they are with the U.S. Constitution. We have Democratic members of government who are campaigning with people like Linda Sarsour, who is connected to the Palestinian Front for the Liberation of Palestine, a designated terrorist group. And now we have a Democratic Party that's been hijacked to the extent that it cannot even pass a resolution condemning anti-Semitism without being forced to water it down and make it meaningless. Could you imagine if they wanted to pass a resolution condemning racism against African Americans, and the Democrats said, we're not going to pass that unless the same resolution talks about crimes that blacks commit against whites?
Right. But to Osama's point, can this reach a point where you're stifling debate? I think that's what some are concerned about.
What people are doing
you don't want to
right
stifle
now,
debate. You want to have an actual debate on points and issues, correct?
Well, actually what's happening in here is the Republicans are using this.
Policy is not an excuse to turn around and accuse Jews of dual loyalty. Very often, this
That's not what she said. That's not what she
anti-Zionism,
said.
where I'm just criticizing Israel. That's exactly what she said. She's
you are
tweeted
putting
things
words
like,
in her
for
mouth.
example,
That's not what
May
Ilhan
Allah
said.
awaken
Well, yeah.
everyone to the evils of the Jewish state. That's something you hear in a sermon.
That's
in
not
the
what
Islamic
Ilhan
Republic
said.
of
You know, you
Iran.
guys should
That's
stop
not
putting
how
words in
members
her
of
mouth.
government talk in the United States.
Yeah. Osama, when she made the initial statement about it's all about the Benjamins, and she put the little emoji.
Yeah, but that's not what she said. She did not say that Jews have dual loyalty. She did not say that.
Okay,
she said some members in the Congress.
She did.
Some members in the Congress, they
So
have
where
dual
is her
loyalty. Yes,
loyalty?
they
Right.
do.
Where is her
they do.
loyalty?
There are
Is her
people in the
loyalty
Congress,
to the
they have
US
loyalty towards
Constitution?
Israel. Can I make a statement in here?
Law? Is that what her loyalty
Okay,
is?
one at a
Because
time.
the
Can
way
I
she
make a
talks
statement
sounds
here
more like an
that the
Islamic
Republican
extremist.
Party is using anti-Semitism in order to blackmail the Democrats? And that should not happen. You should not allow it. Republicans should
I
not
don't
be
think
using
literally-
anti-Semitism in order to stifle the debate
Osama,
or
Nancy
to blackmail the
Pelosi,
Democratic
Osama,
Party.
Nancy Pelosi condemned it's all about the Benjamin's baby comment. Okay,
Nancy Pelosi
and
is a
Democrats. Is she part of the
pro-Israel
conspiracy?
congresswoman.
Is she? Oh, so she's part of the conspiracy, the Jewish conspiracy. Is that what you're? Sounds
she
like
is
you're
not-
heading
she-
toward the same territory that.
I
got
don't
Omar
believe
in
that there
trouble.
is a Jewish conspiracy. I believe that there is a pro-Israeli conspiracy.
Okay, well.
What
The
they
pro-Israel
believe,
elements in our
and the
society are
Democrats
trying
have
to
been
silence the
hijacked.
debate.
All right, we got to continue
Okay,
this. I appreciate you guys both coming on. Coming up, by the way.